We've got a slightly different setup today, but I'm joined today by Jane Todd from Nursery Business Solutions. And today we're talking about stretch funding, which I think we all know what it is, but not everyone applies it in the same way or takes the approach. So what are you finding with your clients, Jane? How are they approaching it?
Well, I think the interesting at the moment with some of the changes of funding, there's been quite a few people who haven't been using stretch funding for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
It's either the fact they say the parents don't want it and it's been easier for them to just stick to term time. A lot of it depends how you offer your business model and how you offer your hours. Because the problem with stretch funding is that some of the calculations can get quite messy and can get quite bitty. So a lot of people, if they've got people who are all year round, they might say to have contracts with the parents where you get your funding applied in the term time and you pay full in the holiday. So effectively the children are still on a all year round contract, but they might be paying less in term and more. Now you have got to have your systems, whether it's your nursery management software or an on the ball manager, whatever, where they're on the ball of this. So actually the pay is correct and parents obviously will have higher loan payments. Then there's some settings where they go, oh, well, I've got some term time only staff. So actually it works just having some kids on just the funded hours in term time only. And so that's why they're doing it that way. But I would say if that is that, again, that good old, make sure you know your numbers to make sure you know, is it actually financially viable?
Is that actually the case?
To have the children there and how you're offering it. Some it's just they've not done it like that, so haven't, and others have always done it from the start. So a lot depends on your business model, but I think particularly for some people, they're reviewing things at the moment with the changing to the some of the funding guidelines. It's a natural time to reflect. Well, two things: change the funding guidelines, but also the new funding coming in for September, where 30 hours for babes and twos. A lot of settings are full and need to get more children in. Well, you don't want one child term time only 9 till 3.
No.
Where effectively that's only taking up 60% of a place, where effectively you could almost have practically 2 children if you move it to 8 till 6 all year round. So some people have changed to stretch funding out of necessity because of occupancy, that actually they need to get more children in. And it not only is then changing their funding model, they're actually looking at how they offer hours. So a lot of settings I work with, if they did offer 9 till 3s or 8 till 4s or shorter days, quite a lot are going to more the sort
moving
of
away
8 till 6 model, because if they've got the building, the staff, they want to get as many of the children in for the funding.
It's filling up those dead hours, isn't it?
Absolutely. So that's the obvious model to do that. And therefore, if you are getting children on, stick with 8 to 6 day, 10 hours funding that you can claim, it makes sense to offer it over the year so you've got that constant. I worked with a setting recently that getting them to pickle every August and paying the staff because they have so many children on funding and they weren't getting funding payment in August and dum. So some of it is cash flow and some of it's practicalities. So the stretch funding, the complications sometimes come with calculating it, but there's two things here. One is that the new guidelines don't say you have to offer a child all the funded hours now. So that's something to bear in mind, because where we were doing things like, oh, I've got a calculation where children get 21.73 hours a week. And what some people are doing, going, the child's attending 2.5 days, they pay for the extra hours. Well, of course, now you can't make additional hours additional funding. So what quite a lot of people are saying, well, in that case, I'll just offer my 2 days, my Monday, Friday, my Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is, 20 hours funding, and I'll just claim the 20 hours funding a week. So some people are saying, well, rather than worrying about that 1.73, so that it's that damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if I put it into another one, I get told I can't charge the extra. We'll just not claim the full amount now.
And as long as you're communicating that to the parents, it's fine, isn't it?
Exactly. Where you get in a pickle is if you claim the full amount, but not giving them the full amount.
Right, okay,
now, some nurseries, bless them, and it depends on the size, the setting, and your personnel, they're claiming the full amount, the parents are getting the 2 days, but what they're doing is like blocking extra hours. So once every 4 weeks, they get an extra day. Or as long as it complies with your local authority and you're only taking the claim and it's clear to parents. Your big watch point for your stretch funding, which catches a lot of owners out, is that it's absolutely great if little Johnny starts in September and does the full year to the following September and it all works out on average. Your issue is when you have children changing age or starting funding and they get it in January or April. And my key thing there is at the beginning of the year, work ahead, get your diary out, get your dates from your local authority, and I'd say working hours for this, of the hours you're getting and where it gets you to, basically. So if little Johnny starts in January, you don't want to have run out of funding mid-August but not realised, and little Johnny still comes for 2 weeks in August that you're giving for free. You know, it might be that the last 2 weeks of August don't count for funding. Now, remember, this only applies for children who turn and get it to that point. So it's only a relatively small number of kids. But again, it's that knowledge thing, because the last thing you want to do is get to August, realise there's an issue, try and tell the parents then, who are then upset that they've got a bigger bill. Whereas if you calculated it before the year starts and you know which children it's going to affect.
And again, communicated that to the parents.
Absolutely. So it is an extra faff, because funding has been
faff, though.
Funding has been decided on the 9 till 3, 38-week school model. So for a lot of PVIs, we're now trying to make it work with our hello, we're here 8 till 6 all year round. And of course, we'll open slightly different number of weeks. So you need to work that out for your setting. But the heads up is make sure you've planned ahead on a grid where it takes it to, when it looks like that you're only claiming what you need. But actually, a common model at present is doing their sort of 2 days, if they're on 30 hours, 2 days of claiming 20 hours a week.
We're going to see a lot more of that, aren't we?
As a common trend. Yeah.
Okay. I hope you guys found that useful. If you have any questions, please drop them below, and we'll see you again next time.